What up, you weirdos? Dave here, and I Like Knives. Here to talk to you today about the Kershaw Pico. Pico? 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 Pico. With a blade of a little bit less than 3 inches and a handle length of about 4, handle width of a little bit less than 1 1/4, and a handle depth of a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch. I'm a bit of a fan. Blade of 8CR13 MOV steel and handles of textureless stainless steel. This little buddy is a buddy. Straight into what's great, the clip. Deep carry, tip up only, so only 2 position, right or left. But deep carry with the big spoon belly. This is correct. Thank you for doing it. Ooh, with flat screw heads. That also is correct. Because if you make a fold-over style pocket clip and put round screw heads in there, you're a moron. Excuse me, I'm reaching for something because I'm prepared. A deep carry clip like this, you can be forgiven for doing round screw heads. You really shouldn't, but you can be forgiven. One like this, you can't be forgiven because you're just dumb. But this does it correctly, so thank you for that. The blade, very simple, straightforward, very sharp, big-bellied, little knife. A little bit of a swedge on top, very high grind. It's great. So this thing is very useful in most all situations. It's very utilitarian. Very delicate point, not delicate point, but a very acute point. There we go. With the big belly, makes it great for food prep because this blade is so thin. Right there, very, very thin. And with the big belly, it just gives it any kind of cutting task that you have, this will excel at. The action. Please don't hit my chin. That sound is so much fun for me to hear. It's not as like Lord of the Rings score style of epically energizing as the Clash thwack, but that's still pretty satisfying, and I appreciate that. The lines, I didn't put on here, but I'll go ahead and mention it. Obviously, it's well made. It's a decent knife. It's very good. A little bit of jimping on the back of the spine. A little bit of jimping on the back of the flipper. Very well done. Finally, the size, because this is very small. And also relatively rectangular, so there aren't any strange dimensions that you're going to feel in your pocket. There's no point up here or anything like that. Even when talking about something like the Kershaw Skyline, there are still angles in here that you have to get around. Excuse me. Not so with a Pico, because it's got a more or less square top and a fairly regular bottom. So very simple size and shape, which I appreciate. I do wish that lanyard hold weren't there, just so it could be even deeper carry, but that's my thing, and probably not yours. So we'll roll with it. Now, because the pocket clip is where it is, even though this is a completely textureless handle and very slick to the touch, there's still no harm of it slipping out of your hand, as with knives in the past, that I've talked about, because you can just grab it. It's great. Also on great that I didn't put, because I'm a real dum-dum apparently, this is a frame lock knife with a correct lock. Look back in there, and you can see that beautiful slab of metal. As usual, I do wish it was grooved, but it's fine. It's thin enough that there's no stress in pushing it out of the way. It's great. Very good. Garbage, I said literally nothing, and I probably will not be refuting that at this point. I do like that on the backspacer. Can we see that? There we go. You can see a little bit of design work. You can't tell many details. All the more reason for you to go play with it today. This is an excellent knife. Perfect for everyday EDC. This is not going to end up being any kind of a hard use or tactical folder. This will not be your go-to for work in the woods, but it's so small and so subtle and so quick. You know, do whatever you need back in your pocket before anybody notices it. This would be a great knife for, say, office life or something like that. Very small blade. It's so transparent, and its lack of design and its lack of color, its lack of dark colors, which tend to be intimidating to people not familiar with knives, that it would be hard to be intimidated by this. So this is great, is what I'm saying. Everyday EDC, wonderful. It has since become, since I got this, it has become one of my most carried blades. Maybe not my most carried, but it's definitely on there. Because there's not a situation where I don't want this in my back pocket. Sometimes I switch it out for other pieces. If I'm doing a video on something upcoming, I'll carry that for a day, carry that for a couple of days, just so because I've already got my notes on it, but I just want to make sure that I know what I want to say. And whenever I'm not doing that, this is more than likely in my pocket, because I love it. Because, as I've said, literally nothing about this is garbage. Kershaw sells this for $45, Amazon for $25, Knife Center for $29, and I bought this from Walmart for $25, meaning that you have no excuse for not owning this. When I say that I got knives at Walmart, usually I ordered them online. They do free shipping to my local store, and I pick it up there, which means that even if you can't find it at Walmart, you can still get it for $25 and just go pick it up when they text you it's ready. Go do that. You don't have an excuse to not own this. Own it. It's great. If you have any question, out of 10 stars, I give it that, by the way, what I just said about you have no excuse for not owning this. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know down below. Out of that, have a great day.